is the Galaxy S23. Not the Plus, not the Ultra, just the good old S23. And I'm just gonna say up front, I reckon this has got to be one of the most underrated phones. And so 4 months after its release, after a bunch of software updates, and after an extended period of time using this thing, I'm finally bringing you my in-depth review. Glass finish on the back, incredibly thin and consistently sized bezels on the front. The only difference being that you don't have the option of upgrading to 12 gigabytes of RAM, and there is also no 1 terabyte.
One UI 5.1 on a smaller phone looks incredible. It feels nice and tight. It feels clean. It just looks and functions amazing. Now, one thing that's been kind of controversial is the camera layout. It's the exact same one as the S22. So 50 megapixel wide lens, you have your 10 megapixel telephoto, and then of course a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens. Now, Samsung did say they improved the computational photography. The low light photos should perform better. I don't have an S22 to compare to, but I did compare it to the iPhone 14. Overall, the camera feels just as good as the S23 Ultra. I found that outdoors, the color tones tended to be a bit more on the cool side compared to the warm look on an iPhone 14, and the camera computational photography does match up to the bigger S23 Ultra. The overall color reproduction is still better on the iPhone 14. It's just richer, there's more dynamic range. It just holds the crown for the best video even to this day. Not that this is bad, like this takes great video, but you can definitely tell there's a difference. When it comes to action mode or steady shot, again, the Galaxy and iPhone both do a great job, but in this situation, the Samsung phone actually looks a bit sharper and cleaner because it can shoot at a higher resolution. That's looked great with both devices. I found that the S23 tended to do a lot of smoothing of the picture, which means less noise, whereas the iPhone 14 did less smoothing, but you got a lot more digital noise.
With around 50% battery life, that turned into a week, then into a month, and no joke, in the entire time I've been using this phone, not once have I even gotten close to killing it in a single day. Like, the lowest I've gotten it to on heavier days of use was just under 40%. But like I said, most days it's sitting on or above 50% when I'm setting it onto the charger at night. Great, minimal, yet modern design language with a lovely form factor. It performs beautifully. It's got a very flexible camera configuration and outstanding battery life. And so as far as I'm concerned, if you're in the market for a new phone that ticks all the boxes without feeling the need to be overly flashy, well then this one is a very, very good get.